Hello, my name is Dave Lay, and in 2010 I'm running for United States Congress in the state of Missouri. I am a proud member and a staunch supporter of the Constitution Party, and I am very much a proud Christian who has been incredibly blessed with a wife who I love and admire deeply, with 6 children who I'm very proud of, and with 4 grandchildren who inspire me to leave them with a freer, stronger, and more prosperous nation than the one that I was born into. I'm also a Vietnam-era vet. I've been in the Navy for 15 months when Saigon fell. Because of the things I've seen over the years in this nation, I've become more and more concerned, as so many of you have, and I came up with 5 fundamental questions that led me to the Constitution Party. The first question is, are we one nation under God or one nation under government? The second question, are we a nation of government by and for the people, or governing of the people and for the parties? Question 3, is the Constitution, as it says in Article 6, the supreme law of the land, or is it a fundamentally flawed document to be ignored and altered at will? Question 4, is the oath required of all of our higher elected officials to uphold and defend the Constitution binding or merely ceremonial? And question 5, as Americans, do we still have the resolution of faith and the fierceness of independence that led our ancestors to rally round a cry of "Give me liberty or give me death"? Or have we truly been reduced to a whining "Take my liberty and give me stuff"? The answers to these questions will decide which of 2 paths this nation goes down. On the first path, our great-grandchildren look back on us with pride and praise because we made a stand for freedom and left it to them. And on the second path, they will look back on us with curses from underneath a dual yoke of poverty and government enslavement. The Constitution Party stands for freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, our Constitution and our Bill of Rights are the framework and the walls of this home we call the United States. Our founding fathers erected that framework and walls to pen in the government, to limit it in its power and scope, and to wall it off absolutely from our guaranteed rights. They built that framework and walls on a much stronger foundation, a foundation that has inspired billions of people around the world to seek freedom, a foundation that states clearly and unequivocally who we are as Americans. That foundation is the Declaration of Independence. It tells us that all men are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with unalienable rights, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted by us, by men, and those governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. For those of you between the ages of 18 and 30, you must understand very clearly, your elected officials have just saddled each of you individually with a debt in the neighborhood of $500,000, while at the same time telling you that your rights and freedoms are only those that they allow. You did not consent to this. To those of you who believe in God, your government has muzzled you. It has told you that the First Amendment says freedom from religion rather than freedom of religion. And it has violated the Establishment Clause by imposing secularism on this nation. You did not consent to this. To the veterans, to those of you who stood in the breach, who volunteered and served your nation honorably, your elected officials have wantonly and openly violated the oath that we all took to uphold and defend the Constitution, and they have done this without your consent. To the Tea Party members, to the town hall attendees, to all of those people who have been opposing your elected officials' plans, your freedom of speech, your right to assemble, was mocked and derided. You have been saddled with debt, taxes, and unconstitutional mandates, and you did not consent to this. I implore you today, take the time and get on the internet, look at the platform of the Constitution Party, compare it to the platforms of the Democratic and Republican parties, and see for yourself that we are the only party of the Constitution, that we are the only party that stands firmly and solely on those principles and values that you hold dear. And when you find that to be true, join us, support us, and vote for us at all levels of government. Because when you do that, we will send a message loud and clear to a self-appointed aristocracy that we the people are the masters, not the servants. That we make the rules and our officials obey, not the other way around. If we do this, if we grasp and stand on those rights that are endowed by our Creator alone, then once again in the United States, we will let freedom ring. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and may God bless us all.